Do you want to get started with Facebook ads but just unsure where to start? You've probably seen several videos out there showing you the results that people are getting, aka real estate leads, but it still feels a bit unreachable to you. So today I'll take a step back from my regular programming and give you all of the information that you'll need to get started with Facebook ads in order to get real estate leads. Let's begin. Hey, Everytime. If we're just meeting, welcome to the channel that brings actionable content to grow your business through online marketing. So if that sounds beneficial, consider subscribing. Question of the day: have you started running Facebook ads? And what have been your results? Let me know in the comment section down below. Before we jump into the screen share and launch a Facebook ad, I want to cover the fundamental building blocks of Facebook ads. To launch a Facebook ad, you need a Facebook business page. And in order to create a Facebook business page, you need a personal Facebook page. So if you have neither of those, then it's going to be a little bit difficult for you to follow along. Now, many people launch ads from their Facebook business page itself, thinking that that's the correct way of launching ads. However, that's not the case. When you boost posts, you're cheating yourself out of flexibility, you're cheating yourself out of money, and ultimately, you're cheating yourself out of results. To get the most out of your ads, you want to create your Facebook Business Manager account immediately. Simply go to Google and search Create Facebook Business Manager and it'll populate right away. And once you create a Business Manager account, you'll want to create a new ad account. The reason you go through all of these steps is because it gives you more flexibility. You'll be able to share access to your ad account. You'll be able to create custom audiences from your database, and there's a lot more things that you can do when you're advertising in this manner. Here we are in the Ads Manager, which is the hub of your ad creation. As you can see, there's been multiple campaigns that have been launched from this particular ad account, so you can go back and see which ad creatives worked, which targeting worked, and you're able to build from those successes into better and better campaigns. And on the top left, you're going to see the toolbar where you have different aspects that you can dig into. Let's just say you want to plan your campaign a little bit better. This is where you go to create your campaign, and well, as it says, create and manage. Here you're doing some measuring and some advanced conversions, like your custom conversion. On the right hand side, when it says assets, that means a warehouse for your images, your audiences, and where you can create audiences along with some other online assets that you can draw upon from your ads as you're creating them, and then your settings. So we're going to go back here and we're going to create. This is the first step of your ad creation, which we're at the campaign level. As you can see here, we're selecting the marketing objective or the marketing campaign that we want to launch. Once we go a step further, we're going to see the ad set, which means the audience, who we're targeting, who's going to ultimately see our ads and where, along with the ad is going to be the next step where we select the ad creative, the images, and anything that we want to have front facing towards our potential clients. So we have here, we can select from an existing campaign, or we can start a new campaign, which is what we're doing right here. Now there's a different form or the different setting that you can do, which you can switch creatives and you can create a campaign this way. So it's a quick creation. Depending on where you feel most comfortable, most people feel comfortable during the guided creation. That's actually where I feel most comfortable as well. But you can do a quick creation and create whatever you want to create here. So you see the campaign, the ad set, and then the ad. And then you go back into each level of those and adjust accordingly. Or you can go with the guided creation, which is what you've been seeing on my channel. Alright, now the special ad category, that was introduced in 2019. So if you're running a credit, employment, and housing type of ad, then you do need to select that you're running an ad in the special ad category. So you can see there the description of everything that means housing. So you see ads for real estate listings, homeowners insurance, mortgage loans, or other related opportunities. So that other related opportunities is a banner for everything else. Anything that has to remotely do with housing, that is a housing type of ad. In the special ad category, it came about because of privacy issues. It came about because of some discriminatory practices, and Facebook introduced that as an option if you're going to continue advertising on housing. So since you are running a housing ad for real estate leads, then that's what we're going to select. And what it does, I'll wait for the next section so you see what it does when it comes to limiting the targeting. We're going to select traffic, and then we're going to go down here where you see the campaign budget optimization. That means you set your campaign budget from here if you toggle that switch on versus the ad set. We're not going to do that in this particular tutorial, but just know that when you select your budget up here and you select multiple ad sets over here, this budget is going to be distributed through those ad sets that it is optimizing for. So Facebook is going to take that into account and optimize from that level. But we're going to toggle that off, and we're not going to worry about the name at the moment. We're going to continue going. One quick favor before continuing, please be sure to hit the like button so this video's reach is magnified and others benefit. Also, don't forget to check out my Facebook Ads Mastery for real estate leads. Link in description. Now remember, at the ad set level, you're deciding who you want to see your ads and also where you want to show your ads when it comes to placements. Now, the first option right here is the traffic. Where do you want to send the traffic to? Do you want to send them to your website or have conversations via Messenger, which at that point changes over to a messages campaign, or do you want to have a conversation or drive the traffic over to WhatsApp? So we're going to leave it at website because this traffic campaign, this type of campaign that we selected, remember we selected traffic over here, this traffic campaign is the most flexible because you can pretty much put anything out there when it comes to driving traffic. So any website URL, you can include it within reason. Of course, it has to be legal and all that fun stuff, but you can select whatever URL that you want to select. If it's to your website, to a landing page, to your YouTube page, whatever the case may be, you can drive traffic to where you want it to go. And then the dynamic creative, that's a way to split test, and a lot of Shopify stores really use this a ton because there's some individual products that they want to highlight and they don't want to split test everything individually. They want to use a dynamic, let's see where it is, generate optimized creative conversations, which is done automatically. So it goes through and optimizes for those products. Now you can do it as well for other types of products or other types of services, but this is a different way of split testing, which is something that you can dig into a little bit further on. But right now we want to get started and reduce any friction when it comes to launching your ads. And then you have the offer, drive more conversions by creating an offer people can save and get reminders about. So since we're looking at real estate leads, this doesn't necessarily make too much sense for us. Now notice where you used to see lookalike audience, that is replaced by the special ad audience. It works basically the same way, but with limited restrictions on the data that they're looking for on the back end. So this is a form of lookalike audience, but it's called a special ad audience because it's specific for those types of ads that are run on the special ad category. So that's the credit, employment, and housing type of ads. So there you would just select if you have a custom audience, or if you're using a special ad audience, you would go there. And to launch your ad, most people are going to find benefit in using people living in this location. So there's a geography that you most likely farm, so you want to stick to that. And then in our example, we're going to go with Fort Worth. And the minimum radius that you can do is 15 miles. In the past, you were able to do 10 miles and then get even closer by dropping a pin and staying within a mile radius of where you want it to be, in addition to adding some places, geofencing, where you wanted to advertise, but that's no longer the case. So you start at 15 miles. So you see the reach. If you're in a very urban setting, you have a ton of people in that 15-mile radius. But we'll keep going and show you how to limit that or reduce that. The age, you can't do anything with age. That's going to be what it is. And when it comes to gender, you're going to include all genders, so male and female. And then languages, you can select based off of languages. So if you're doing a Spanish ad or want to reach people that have preset their, have added their languages and have preset it as Spanish, then you can go with Spanish. And then detailed targeting, this is where you start reducing the potential reach. Well, we kind of already did that with the Spanish setting, but you can add interests like Zillow. You can add interests like, let's just say Trulia. You can start building an audience of people that are going to be most likely to be in real estate mode because they've shown interest in those types of pages, in those types of topics. Now, with the special ad audience, you are limited in demographics. In fact, they're gone altogether. So you don't know based off of income. You don't know if they're parents. You're not going to have information of where they work and things of that nature. And most behaviors have also gone away. So you are limited to interest. And this will give you some additional suggestions when you click here. Or if you want to see everything that's available to you, you go to browse, which only leaves interest as you see. And then you get to select what is relevant to what you're doing. So since we are talking about real estate leads, then we are over here. But you see all of the other interests that you can target. All right. So real estate investing, if you're interested in real estate broker, if you're interested in real estate, you can select it right there. On the connection types, you can target people who like your page, friends of people who like your page, or exclude people who like your page. So depending on how big your Facebook audience is with your Facebook business page, then that makes a bit more sense. The apps, that's not necessarily pertinent to what we have going on. And then on the events, if you throw events regularly, then you're able to advertise to those people that have responded to your event, or exclude those that have already responded to your event, so you go and get some additional folks. We're not going to do anything with that at the moment. And this is where you select where you want your ads to show. You see the automatic placements. When you leave automatic placements, everything that you see here is highlighted. So you're able to target on Facebook newsfeed, Instagram feed, multiple other Facebook places, Instagram Explore. So the Instagram platform presently has 3 places that you can advertise: the feed, the stories, and the Explore. And then Facebook, that has a lot more options when it comes to placement. So you see right here examples of what the ads can potentially look like. And then as we scroll down, you see different places that your ads would show up. And most of the time, I encourage you to exclude everything except the newsfeed. So if you're advertising on Facebook or Instagram, I most often just leave those on if I just want to be a little bit general. But what I do is I advertise Facebook newsfeed, and then I copy that campaign and then split test it versus the Instagram feed. That way I have the difference between the two, and I'm able to include different images that are sized more appropriately. So on the right hand side, you see the recommended images, dimensions, and the videos, because all of them are going to be presented different on each platform. So it's important that we go through those changes. All right. Now, as I mentioned, I exclude most of the placements most of the time. However, when I'm retargeting, which means that I've already gone and launched my anchor ad, I do a retargeting ad on that anchor ad of people that engaged with it. So that audience of people that engaged with it is not going to be 57,000 people. Well, depends on the size of the campaign that I'm launching, but for most of the campaigns that are launched, they're not going to reach that many people. So it's going to be a subset of the people that showed engagement. So I am okay going with the automatic placements at that point because I know that it's a warmer audience. And I would love for them to see that my face is everywhere. I would love for them to feel that I'm everywhere at once when I'm operating on a shoestring budget. All right, so that's what placements are like. Then we get to excluding of mobile devices if you so choose. And if you're doing an app, you can run ads only when they're connected to a Wi-Fi network. All right, and then you get to select what you want to optimize for. Do you want to optimize for landing pages, link clicks, or more of a reach means more people, or impressions means it shows many times as possible? But most of the time, we're going to go with landing page views because we want to optimize for people that actually opened up our website rather than just clicked and immediately bounced out. So we want the page to actually load. All right, and this is where we select the daily budget. Now remember, had we selected over here, optimize from the campaign side, this would not be an option to us. But now we are able to select the budget that we want to run. So in this particular campaign, we're gonna let it go for $20. We're gonna move me for a quick second. We're gonna go to continue. And now you see the progression that we're going through. We've gone through the campaign, we selected our objective or the campaign type. We've gone through the ad set, we selected who we want to see our ads, where we want to show our ads. And now we get to the ad creative. This is where we create the actual ad. You get to select your identity. So if you have multiple Facebook pages, multiple lines of businesses, then you can select your business page right there. And if you're advertising on Instagram, you can link up your Instagram page. Just know that you don't have to. All right, so you can use a mock-up that you've created, or you can use an existing post, which would be more of an engagement post. But here you get to create a campaign from scratch. So create the ad from scratch. You can use a carousel ad, which you have options of using 2 or more images or or videos. When you click on there, you see you can select an image, you can select a video, you have a little headline here and a description along with the website. So you're able to drive them to different places. And this is what it looks like from that side. But on the single image or video, you select your image right here or a video that you have to upload, or you can create a slideshow based off of multiple images that you have, or you can create a video again based off of the images that you have, which it'll create a dynamic presentation of your ad. So you see over here, these are just stills, but these are templates that you can use to make your ad a bit more lively. That's the slideshow. And when you create a video, you just add images, and as you can see here, there's some motion behind it. There's some element of it being dynamic so people can actually engage with it a little bit more. It just catches people's attention. And then on the collection, you see what this looks like. And you can select various templates. So depending on what you're doing, it may make more sense. So if you're highlighting different homes as an example, so if you're highlighting a new build community, then a collection might be something that you want to look into. And then when it comes to the actual ad, well, let me add an image. We're gonna go with the stock photo, and we're gonna go with house. Now, everything you see here is through Shutterstock, and it's gonna have a watermark. Don't be scared about that watermark. It's going to go away. So you just select the image that you want to use, and let's see, I clicked it. I'll move myself one more time. Continue. When you select the image that you want to use, it's going to show up here, or it's going to do an error, and it's going to need a little bit of a refresh. There we go. And now we go to the primary text. So I'll include an ad copy. Let's see. Here's a template of an ad that I like to run. So we have an attention grabber, something that's going to grab somebody's attention. Whoops. Amazing property in a certain city or neighborhood that you know is going to drive some traffic. A unique aspect about the property, and then click learn more for the photos, the images, the price, the location. So this is the lead magnet. The lead magnet itself is actually the additional information about that property that you're showcasing here. So this is something that would work well whenever you have a new listing, something that works well whenever you want to highlight a property or a unique aspect of the property to get more leads that way. And then with the header, you would just put some variation of what you see up here. So let's just say city, neighborhood, home. And then if I can move past that, we'll go fast. All right, so now that little button right there that was giving me some trouble, you can add additional options. So this is your form of split testing, and you see add up to 5 options for primary text, headline, and description, and we'll show people the combination they're most likely to respond to. So it's a form of split testing, and you can add up to 5 according to them. So if you're unsure about what type of headline you want to use, select 3, select 2, select 4, select 5, and it's going to go through and optimize for you. And this is the place where you put your URL. So your website URL would go here. And at this point is where I have to pause and really illustrate or reiterate why traffic is the most flexible, because notice that you can put just about any URL here, wherever you want to drive traffic to. Again, you can do it to websites, you can do it to landing pages, you can do this and send it to your YouTube page, wherever the case may be, you're able to inject your URL right there. Something very important about that, make sure that wherever you're driving the traffic to, it's clear what they're getting. So be clear on your value proposition up here, on your lead magnet, what you're offering, and then be very clear and persuasive over on your landing page or on your website, because you're going to be driving a lot of traffic to that website. So be sure they know where to go to give you their contact information. At the end of the day, you want some real estate leads. So what I suggest is that you're very clear on that aspect on your landing page, where all they have to do is put their name, their email, and their phone number and press confirm in order for them to get what you offer them. But most importantly, so you have their contact information and are getting some leads. Oftentimes what I find is that people include their website in general, but when you send people to your traditional website, they're going to get lost. They're going to get lost. They're not going to know where to go to get what you promised, or they're just not going to keep interest, or they're going to lose interest is a better way of saying it, and just click out and go along their way on Facebook. So remember, you place this ad in a disruptive way on their timeline. They weren't on here looking for whatever you were offering. This is something that interested them enough in order to go to your website. So you would include your website right there. You can add your own translations or automatically translate your ad to reach more people in more languages. So that's pretty cool. You would turn on your Facebook pixel, and then you would press confirm, and you've launched your ad. Well, this is how you get started with Facebook ads for real estate leads. If you found value in this video, please be sure to subscribe so we can talk again soon.